My name is Madison Barra, and welcome to my podcast, where it's all about teaching you how to lose weight, keep it off, and actually enjoy the process. I've lost over 70 pounds, and these are the failures and lessons I've learned along the way. Hope you enjoy and subscribe. Unlocking weight loss. So your success blueprint. So this is really cool because I thought to myself, okay, what was the very first thing that I wish that I had before I started my weight loss journey? What was the very first thing? And this is like the step before you take a step. That's how important this is. And we always miss what I'm going to go over today. And it always comes to bite us in the butt. So I want you guys to listen close. And if you have a notepad and paper, I bet you're going to want to scribble like crazy. So if you don't have one, go get one. So you guys know I'm Coach Maddie. I've lost over 80 pounds. This is my before and after. And I lost this weight through my own method, okay? After years and years of struggling and doing my own research and experimenting on myself, doing some crazy things, I finally figured out my own way because everybody else's way never worked. But here's the thing. Before I lost the 80 pounds, okay, I tried a bunch of diets, keto, fasting, Weight Watchers, X, Y, and Z. I would love to know what you guys have tried in the past. Have you tried kind of what I've tried? Have you tried any other funky stuff out there? I would love to know. What have you tried? So comment down below and let me know what you've tried in the past, right? Like, if you name it, I probably have tried it. I've tried tons of different protein shakes, fat burning pills, different juice cleanses and detoxes, and every fad diet that, Facebook could throw at me with advertising. What have you guys tried? Low carb high, yep. Beachbody, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig. Yeah, me too. Cabbage soup. Yep, I tried the cabbage soup. Noom. Yeah, Noom's a popular one. Anybody tried Ozempic? That's the latest and greatest. That's not a fun one. Don't try that one. We don't need that one. Don't worry. So why do I tell you guys this again? Well, I tried every diet under the sun. And basically what would happen every time is I would lose 20 pounds, maybe. Sometimes they work. And when they worked, I'd lose 20 pounds, gain 30 pounds, right? Or I'd lose 5 pounds, gain 10 pounds. So I was stuck on this gain and lose, gain and lose, gain and lose, right? Is this sounding familiar to anybody? Like we lose, we gain it back. We lose, we gain it back. And we're like, why the heck did I just put all this effort in? Now I'm back to where I started. Like I just wasted my time. I wasted my money. And now I'm even more discouraged than before. And each of these pictures, ladies, was a new time I started to lose weight after I had already lost it. So the picture on the far left, I was like, oh, I'm getting big, gotta lose weight. Lost it, gained it. That middle picture, that's after I gained even more back. And I said, oh, gotta lose it again. Lost it, gained it. And then that far right pic, that's me at my heaviest. And it was just a complete roller coaster. I don't know about you guys, but it was exhausting. Very, very exhausting. And this was the problem, right? Because there's tons of stuff out there that can help you lose weight. I'm sure you've tried it. There's tons of crazy stuff out there. I mean, if we stopped eating for the week, you'd lose weight, right? But number one, that sounds horrible. And number two, where's the thing that helps us keep the weight off? Can I get an amen? Like, I'm tired, right? So what was crazy about this is after I did all this yo-yoing, I even owned a gym. That's me teaching my class there. I even owned a gym, and I kid you not, ladies, I was in a gym at least minimum 12 hours a day, every day, even on weekends. And I still could not lose weight. Isn't that crazy? So I'm telling you, the secret's not in the gym, if that's what you're thinking. It ain't in the gym. Maybe that's a relief for some of you. So what started to happen after trying again and again and again and again and again and again, one more again, I started saying these really not nice stuff to myself. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stuck, I'm not worth it. What's wrong with me? I'm too old, my metabolism is shot. There's something wrong with my body. Does anybody else have this kind of negative self-talk loop? Like, let me know what you've been saying to yourself. What are you saying to yourself that's not really been helpful, that's not very nice? Because I want to pinpoint that today. We're going to dive into that. So I started saying all this stuff to myself. And I was already frustrated that I couldn't lose weight. And I was already frustrated that, it wasn't for lack of trying. Like, hey, I'm over here actually putting in effort. What the heck is going on? But it wasn't until I heard about this study that it actually changed everything for me. It actually switched a light in my head. And I want to share this with you because I hope it can shift your perspective too. And if you really understand what I'm about to go over, you're never going to look at weight loss again the same, or how you speak to yourself again the same. You guys excited for this? You guys ready to hear what about the study? Yeah? Okay. So there was a study done, and they took two groups of kids. Okay, two different groups of kids. One group was always told, like, you're so smart, you're so intelligent. Wow, look how smart you are. That's kind of the words of encouragement they got when they were growing up. That was the first group. Okay. Then they took the second group of kids, and these are the kids that were told, oh, you're such a hard worker. Oh, look how hard you work. That's what they were told for their encouragement while they were growing up. These two separate group of kids. Then they took these two kids, put them in separate rooms, and they gave them a test. Okay, the test, it was a very simple test. It was at their grade level. They did this test. Okay, and they all did pretty good. Both groups did okay on this test. Pretty easy. Okay. Then what they did was they gave the groups of kids a harder test. Okay, a test that was above their grade level. Okay, and the results were pretty crazy what happened. So the group of kids that was told they were smart their whole life, take a guess at where you think this is going. They got anxious. They left answers blank. They didn't ask the teacher for help. And they actually got a worse score on that second test than they did the first test. Then the hard workers did the test. And guess what happened there? Even though they didn't know the answers, they still tried to fill it out. They were asking their teacher for help to kind of help figure it out. And their actual overall enjoyment of the process was way higher than the other group. And so they ended up getting higher marks on the harder test because they enjoyed the challenge. So what does this mean for us, ladies? What does this mean for us? Well, it kind of means what we say to ourselves and what other people say about us is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you've been told you're smart your whole life, you now associate being smart with your identity. Even if you believe it or not, even if you understand and think this is true or not, you've been told you're smart your whole life. And so what does that mean? You don't want to not be smart. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you might look dumb. Is this making sense? And so you won't take risks because you might be afraid. And when you do fail, it hits you way harder because now you're not smart. Now you did something you weren't good at, and it shatters your belief of your identity. Is this making sense? Is this making sense, ladies? Can I get a yes in the comments? You following me? So here's the thing. When I used to say I'm fat and I'm ugly, guess what? I am fat and I am ugly. When I used to say I'm too old, well, guess what? I am too old. My metabolism is slow. When I used to say I'm stuck, guess what? I'd stay stuck. And when I would say, what's wrong with me? Well, there'd be a bunch of stuff that would pop up and be wrong with me. And so when you have things associated with your identity, it guides your actions. Is this making sense? There are things beneath the surface that we are identifying with that we don't even realize are holding us back. We think we're in control, but there's something in there that's telling us what to do. And the reason for it is not a good one. Not a good one. So if this is true, what we need to do is recognize that they call it spelling for a reason, because words cast spells. What you say matters. How you speak to yourself matters. What you have been identifying with and associating yourself with matters. You don't say I'm fat. You say, I have some extra weight I'd like to get rid of. Extra fat I'd like to get rid of. And in my life, I don't say I'm married. I say I'm a wife. Big difference. Because now every day I wake up and I want to keep being a wife. I act in accordance to what I view being a wife as. Once I'm married, once I'm a wife. One, I have complete control over who I am and how I'm acting. Does that make sense, ladies? Are we getting the differentiation? It's very simple, but it's very impactful. And so the question becomes, how do we shift our identity to where it's going to help us along our weight loss journey, not self-sabotage us? Because who's a self-sabotager? Come on, everybody's hand should go up. Or who has a sabotager that you know that's close to you? Right? So how do we do this? How do we actually start to recreate our identity? So we're actually making this easier for us. Like, can you believe that weight loss could be easy? Does anybody else know that it could be easy? I want to tell you, it can be easy. Like, it can be, guys. We've just been fighting an uphill battle. Like, if you say it's hard, it's going to be hard. It's so simple, right? So what I did here, ladies, was I created the manifestation manual. And what this is for, I'm going to show you in just a second. What this is for is to basically keep your mind vibrating at the right frequency. Because boy, that's real. It's not some spiritual hoodoo voodoo I'm talking about here. It's physics. Energy is energy. The chair you are sitting on right now is vibrating anatomically or atomically at like the molecular level. It's vibrating, even though it looks still. Your cells are vibrating, and you attract whatever frequency you're vibrating at. If you're vibrating at 5 vibrations per minute, you attract the other things in the world that vibrate at 5 vibrations per minute. Make sense? So we have to up our vibration. Is that cool? Does that sound pretty cool? Heck yeah. So let's go over how we're going to do this, okay? So I'm going to give you this, guys, after I go over it. This is our little manifestation manual. And basically, this is how to will your goals into existence without lifting a finger, okay? Because if we miss this step, the simplest, is this not the simplest step? I'm literally just saying talk different. I'm not saying, you know, cut out your cake, cut out your pizza, go work out for 5 hours today. I didn't mention any of that. The simplest step, if you miss this, you're going to put all this effort into losing weight, and then you're going to lose it all because our identity stayed the same. Our mind didn't get a makeover, just our body. Our body will not keep its makeover unless our mind follows it along the way. So how do we fight this? Is this resonating with anybody? You guys, does this make sense as to why we keep yo-yoing up and down? No one talks about this stuff, which is crazy. They're just like, go eat an apple, right? Go run on the treadmill. No, that's not how this works. That's step 5, let's say. This is step 1, getting your mind in the right place, because who can relate to this? You start a weight loss journey. You keep telling yourself, oh my God, I hope I don't fail like I did the last time. I really hope this time works, right? We say that stuff to ourselves. But when we say that, it means our foot's only half in. We dipped our toe in the water instead of diving head first. Swan dive into the pool, ladies. Swan dive. That's the only way this works. We can't hope it works this time. Hope is not a strategy. Planning. And that starts with the mind. So let's go over this, what I made for you guys. Okay. So first thing on the left here, we have what I call the Chimera Manifesto. Now, what this is for is it's something that you can say to yourself. You can say it out loud. You can repeat it in your mind. You can write it out. Okay. Practice makes perfect here. The more you say it, the more useful it becomes, the more energy you can build up by saying it. And we use this here. I'm going to read it in a second. We use this here every time you need help realigning your path. So if you feel you're about to go into a situation where there's a lot of temptation and you don't know if you can be strong. If you woke up and you had a hard time getting out of bed and didn't want to prep your lunch, or you start spiraling with a negative self-talk, or you're just having a hard time in life, you pull this out, you say it to yourself, it's going to remind you who you are and what you're capable of and what the direction you want to go in is. This is how you realign your identity. And we shut out everything else. So I'm going to say this once, and then we're going to say it all together, because that's how powerful it is. I've chosen every single line here very carefully because it is powerful. So every time I say a line, I'm going to pause a little bit, and I want you to think, what does that line mean to me? What is this line trying to say? Is that clear, ladies? Yes? Okay, so I'm going to start. In this journey of life, I will hold my space With Tremera's support, anything I can face. In the mirror's reflection, I see my true grace, a vision of strength. I'll embrace the chase. Through challenges met, I'll find my place. With each step forward, I will quicken my pace. My dreams I'll pursue, no time to waste. For in my heart, there's a destiny traced. You guys have a destiny. If there's excess weight on your body, you get further away from your destiny. Amen? You're not the best you, right? We're out of touch. There's something that's missing, a connection. This is how we get there. So, pretty powerful lines, eh? Now I'm going to make you all say it together. I don't care if there's someone in the room. I don't care if you look silly. I want to see those mouths moving. You ready? I'll start it off when you join in. We're going to say it one more time. And anybody watching the replay, you better be saying this to yourself. I don't care if you guys look silly. Ready? In this journey of life, I will hold my space. With Tremera's support, anything I can face. In the mirror's reflection, I see my true grace, a vision of strength. I'll embrace the chase. This is a chase. Through challenges met, I'll find my place. With each step forward, I'll quicken my pace. You lean in, we don't lean away. My dreams I'll pursue, no time to waste. For in my heart, there's a destiny traced. How's that feel? You take power back, right? Those are the words we say to ourselves. You keep this in your back pocket. It is a great tool, okay? Now, moving on to the right side, okay? This is our dream declaration. Now, this is something that I want you to say in front of the mirror every morning with your bed head and your smelly breath, okay? And your boobs hanging out because we don't wear bras to bed. We let them go free, right? So, this is the dream declaration. This is basically stating the positives and the goals of your journey instead of what you're trying to avoid this time, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to quickly read through it. Then this is something that you're going to print off. You're going to post on your mirror. And for the next 7 days straight, you're going to say this every morning while you brush your teeth. Is that doable? Do you have 30 seconds that you can put aside to get your mind right every morning? Because if we wake up and just get going, our mind's busy with a to-do list. And then where's health on that to-do list? Not near the top, out of habit, right? So this is what's going to happen. So it says, I blank, you put your name there. You're saying your name out loud. So I, Madison, commit to embarking on this weight loss journey with determination and resilience. I am a Tremera queen and acknowledge that achieving my goals requires blank and blank. This is for you. These are the things it requires that you find hard, but we're going to face them because we know that they're necessary. So this is for you to answer. I understand I am not a victim and my worth is not defined by the number on the scale, but rather by blank and blank. This is how you want to see yourself. This is a big one too. Take your time. This should take probably 5 minutes to fill out. We're not just scribbling in an answer. I want real answers here. Along this journey, I will prioritize blank and blank. So this is the stuff you're not good at and the stuff we always forget. The stuff that's on our list, but we never get to it. Put that there because it's going to stay on our list and be higher up from now on. I promise to be patient with myself. When things get challenging, I will say blank. So if you look back to your weight loss journey in the past, what threw you off? Write that in the comments. What threw you off the last time you tried to lose weight? Was it you went to a party and you had a complete blowout? Was it a vacation and you just couldn't get back on track after? Was it the holidays? Was it, a family emergency? What threw you off the last time? What do you wish somebody had said to you in that moment to keep you going? That is what we put on that line. Does that make sense? That's a big one. Really think. What advice would you give your best friend when they're in a tough time? You take that advice, you write that there. Okay? Next line. My motivation for never giving up is what? This is your motivation. This is your why. So I can keep up with my grandkids. So me and my husband can still connect. So I don't die young. So I don't have to be on a ventilator by the time I'm 70. Whatever your deep why is, it should be very powerful. It should almost bring you to tears, almost, or maybe cry. That's okay too. Today on blank, So every day you say the date. Today on April 8th, I take a step towards becoming the best version of myself and reaching my goal of blank. So whatever the ultimate big goal you want, not the goal you think you can achieve, not the goal that's realistic, not the goal that you'd settle for and be happy with, the goal that would blow your mind, blow your socks off. That's what I want to see there, ladies. Dream big. Dream big, okay? Achieving this goal will change my life for the better by blank and blank. So when you achieve this amazing, crazy goal, how does this change your life? Write it there. Start dreaming. Because it does. It changes your life. If you're just thinking, oh, I'll fit into my pants again. Yes, but I want more. More deep, okay? And being a Tremera queen means blank, and then I can do anything I set my mind to. What does being here mean to you? What does being in the Tremera community? What does showing up to these calls mean to you? Does that make sense, ladies? So you're going to take that and you're going to fill that out. Is that clear?
If you found this podcast valuable, I hope you can leave a 5-star review. And if you want to learn more about how to lose weight fast and for good, visit Tremera.com. Thank you for listening, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another episode.